WWE superstar CM Punk just made a massive mistake. Just years after chastising other professional wrestlers about appearing for Saudi Arabian shows, CM Punk has officially been announced for WWE Night of Champions live from Saudi Arabia, marking the first time that the Second City Saint will appear at a WWE Saudi show. And the reason why this is such a massive controversy is the way all of this originally went down back in 2020. Back in 2020, when CM Punk was still doing WWE backstage, he took a shot at The Miz, a wrestler who he had a considerable amount of history with. And even though they have since come back from that and made amends, back then there was no love lost between these two. And following a post from The Miz, CM Punk said the following, and I quote, "Go suck a blood money covered dick in Saudi Arabia, you fucking dork," unquote. And what is spectacular about this is not only was this a direct shot, obviously, at The Miz, but CM Punk also directed a massive shot at one of WWE's top partners. Ever since WWE agreed to the deal with Saudi Arabia to bring multiple shows per year to the country, it has been met with controversy, especially when you consider this Saudi regime has not only been responsible for massive atrocities such as a potential genocide in Yemen, but also the murder and dismemberment of Jamal Khashoggi. There is a considerable amount of reason to understand why talent would not want to appear on Saudi shows. You combine this with the fact that a couple of years ago, one of the biggest controversies coming out of a Saudi show was that the Saudi Arabian authorities had actually halted a WWE plane from taking off, and there was a bit of a plane ride from hell, only the plane wasn't going anywhere situation there. So there's a lot of history here, and this partnership with WWE and Saudi Arabia has even led to talent such as John Cena in the past, or the American Dragon Bryan Danielson choosing not to appear at shows again out of both a protection of their own PR and a lack of willingness to put their values aside. And while there are several wrestlers who have chosen to appear on these shows, it would be wise or even understandable to think, given what CM Punk has said about the Saudi regime in the past, that he would not appear on these shows. And also combine this with the fact that last year he had a chance to appear on this show, and instead of doing so, he was written off of TV following his Hell in a Cell match with Drew McIntyre. And the fact of the matter is that CM Punk was someone that people expected not to show up on these shows, and overall, this is due to CM Punk being very outspoken about his political stances. Punk is no stranger to calling out political stances that he agrees with when he desires. He is an outspoken ally to the LGBTQ plus community. He has spoken out about the dangers of fascism. He has spoken out about the dangers of Donald Trump and so many other right-wing political figures. And it is interesting that all of that, combined with his previous comments about Saudi, did not, seemingly at least, prevent him from appearing on this show, as he is slated right now to face John Cena. And that doesn't mean things won't change. When the segment originally appeared on Monday Night Raw this past week, it did look like Punk was at least a little bit hesitant to immediately agree to John Cena's challenge for Night of Champions, and this could be them alluding to the idea of potentially switching him out and maybe doing that match at SummerSlam. I do think that is still in play. There is a situation where you could have John Cena face someone else. You could have him face someone who maybe doesn't win the King of the Ring tournament. You could have him face someone, potentially R-Truth, and they seem to have big plans for him after his massive angle on Raw. There's a few different routes you can take if CM Punk is not the answer for the Saudi show, but the controversy is still there, and I think it's understandable. CM Punk, given how outspoken he's been about this and other issues, is someone that people expect to stay to his word. He's someone who people expect not to contradict himself, especially when it comes to matters this serious. And one of the things that I think a lot of people who have been critical of the WWE Saudi partnership have wanted are more people who are willing to challenge that status quo in WWE, challenge the legitimate critiques of the partnership, such as the fact that it propagates a regime that commits atrocities in the region and also around the globe. The fact that the Saudi Arabian government is really only doing this partnership along with other tourist events in order to help clean up their image in an effort to hide a lot of their domestic persecution. There's a lot more to this than just professional wrestling, which is why you are seeing such a passionate response from across the professional wrestling sphere, and a lot of that is extremely understandable. But at the end of the day, it is something that many talent have grappled with. It is something that many talent have tried to draw a line on, but many talent have gone back on. And as was the case with CM Punk's opponent, John Cena, someone who originally was not going to come back to Saudi Arabia because of those concerns, we all saw him come back and face Solo Sikoa. So at the end of the day, this is a decision that WWE, CM Punk need to make. I think there is still room to move him off that card if they just want to try to build up hype for this show. That is fine, but given the fact that CM Punk made these comments, given the fact that CM Punk has been as outspoken as he is, and given the fact that CM Punk is also one of the most polarizing figures in professional wrestling, you're always going to have people calling him out over these things when they feel like he's being even a little bit hypocritical. And in my view, I think right now they have a point. But hey, I guess we'll see. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think about this, and be sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and watch one of these other videos from WrestleVibes.